I was just going through my comments, and somebody had got on my page and said, "Well, I don't know about you, but I ain't deaf or dumb. So, I know that we got to give, God got to give Satan some shit you were saying." But one thing about becoming awakened, becoming aware, however you want to put it, first of all, you have to be aware and you have to understand and grow and learn who you are. Okay? You have to understand and be aware of where you are. And part of knowing who you are is to understand who you are in our soul source creator eyes, and understanding who you are and where you are. And what I mean by that is that this body that we are living in, this is not our real body. This is an earthly flesh body that was created to be deaf and dumb. The body alone, this earthly flesh, was created to be deaf and dumb. That's number one. So first you got to understand that you are a high energy frequency level being that is trapped in a low frequency density body. So that means that a lot of your power and energy is going to get cut off. So that makes you deaf and dumb because you don't even know how it got cut off. You don't even know why it got cut off. But all you know is that you are not with this body. Once you grow and understand and know why it was deteriorated into this body, then you are going to get a better understanding of who you are. Because then you're going to understand, well, damn, I must have been powerful for them to create a whole new body to keep me away from my powers, to keep me away from my gift, to make me forget who I am and where I come from. I must have been a powerful being. So it is going to motivate you in understanding and knowing and be on the search of who you really are, for you to be living in a reality where you are deaf and dumb. It's a part of one thing about living in a 5D dimension. It's about knowing and understanding. It's not about faith. It's not about hope at all. You can have faith and hope in anything. You understand what I'm saying? It's about understanding who you are to the core. Understanding who you are spiritually. And then once you understand who you are to the core in every way, and you understand who you are spiritually, you'll go to look at this body like, for who I am, why can't I do the thing that I want to do? Why can't I, do these things? Because you are living in a body that restricts you. You in the reality right now, you don't know where you come from. You don't know how you used to look. You don't know nothing about yourself. The only thing you know is what this brain was programmed to tell you. This is why we don't use 100% of our brain. This is why they made the movie called Lucy. So we don't use 100% of our brain, just like we don't use 100% of our eyesight. We don't use 100% of our hearing, or our nose, nor our mouths. Everything about us is deteriorated. They're not going to make a body that actually embraces the power and the gift that you have. So technically, we are all deaf and dumb. And right now, even though I am woke, I am not all the way awakened yet, because I still don't know where I come from. I don't know how this place look. I don't even know my real name. I don't even know the full potentials of powers and gifts that I have. But I know the more that I unlock myself, the more that I research and get to know who I am and why I am here, I get a better understanding, and I get a better of knowing of who I am. And as long as I'm living in that and I'm chasing that and I want to know that, the more that I am searching for my higher self, I am going down that road and I am chasing my higher self. This is why they made the movie The Wiz. The Wiz is about going to your higher self. The scarecrow didn't have a brain, but his higher self, the God that was going to give him that brain. The Tin Man didn't have a heart, so he went to the God to give him a heart. That was his higher self to have a heart. Dorothy just wanted to go home. That was her higher self. That's where she belongs. We don't belong here. The body that we are living in does not belong to us. This is why we don't have eternal life here. We are only here to live an experience. We are only here to see how many people is willing to sacrifice anything to stay here? How many people is willing to sacrifice to go back where they came from? Or how many people is willing to sacrifice to stay here? This is why a lot of people down here is in different conscious level. Because you got a lot of people right now that is on the hunt and searching to who they really are and where they really come from. Because they know that they are not aware. They know that this is not their home. And yet you got some beings down here that will kill a motherfucker to stay here. Because this is their home. You understand what I'm saying? So we are all deaf and dumb. You gotta wake up to that. First you got to admit it. I am dumb. I don't know. Show me. Show me where I am. Show me who I am. Show me who's around. You gotta embrace the fact that you don't know. You gotta embrace that. You gotta be aware that this is not where you belong. You gotta be aware that this is not you. You gotta be aware of where you are. And once you understand where you are, you're gonna start to be on the search and on the hunt of where you really belong. And as long as you going down that avenue, as long as you going down that yellow brick road, ain't nobody gonna stop you. Because you on that narrow road. So whenever people come in that road and try to stop you or slow you down like they did in the Truman Show, when he was in that boat and he was going towards the truth to know who he really is, and that storm came and dusted his ass off, and he made it through that storm, and he went to that door and opened it and went the hell on. You got a lot of people that is in that same boat right now, and the storm is coming down on them. But as long as they stay focused on the hunt of who they really are, they're going to go to that door, and they're going to open, and they will never see this fucking planet again. And you got a lot of people that don't even want to get on the motherfucking boat because they already know they're home. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about being proud. It's not about being in the ego. I ain't dumb. See, one thing you have to understand is that the devil can't make no moves until God do it first. So that means that you are a God, because you only let the devil do to you what you allow it to do. The devil just can't come into your life and destroy your life. The devil can't do nothing unless you give it permission to. So who is the God? Who is it? Because ain't nobody going to come up to you and force you to do drugs. Ain't nobody going to come up to you and force you to do wrong. Somebody going to come up to you and say, hey, you want to try this? You are the God at that point. It's either you're going to say yes or you're going to say no. And if you decide to do it, that person ain't forced you to take that drug. You did. So who is really the God? You are the God because you are in charge of any decision making in your life. You allow who to come in and out of your life. You allow the action to go on in and out of your life. So when you on a path of awakening, you know who you need and want in your life, and you know who you don't want and need in your life. So all this shit talking about, well, I'm not deaf and dumb. The devil got to get permission from God. You right. The devil got to get permission of God. And for a perfect example, how many motherfuckers went out there and voted? How many people went out there and voted? They gave Donald Trump the permission to control their lives because they are the God. They gave Donald Trump the permission to control their lives. And if you voted for Kamala, you gave Kamala Harris the permission to control your life. And if you didn't vote at all, that means you don't need them to control your life. So you're right. The devil only get permission from the gods. Know who you are.